So here's the module list component that's expecting modules to be passed to it as a property, right? Notice that it's not the parent who's passing it anymore, right? Instead, we want to draw it from where? From this global finite state machine. So this global finite state machine somehow needs to provide the modules, right? So how do we do that? So what we're going to do is that we need to read from. We need to somehow connect this store. We need to connect somehow this store. And the store contains this state variable modules. We need to grab from that, map it somehow. This state variable, we need to map it into this modules property. We need to map the state variable modules to the property modules, right? We need to create something like a map. We need to create a map that says, grab the modules. Grab it from the state modules. Somehow we need to create this kind of map, right? That we need to grab from this global state machine modules and then map it to the properties modules, right? Well, Redux exactly allows us to do that, right? It allows us to create a function that we're going to call it a state to property mapper, right? That can take the current state, can listen to the current state being passed to it, and then then return what the mapping is. Right? Can take the state, and then from the state you can decide what do you want to pick out, right? And how you're going to send it over to the modules. Right? Now this function can then be used to connect that store to this component, right? As follows. You can say const. We can say that we're going to export connect. Connect is a function of Redux. We're going to connect and use this function to map out the current things onto the properties of the module list component. Right? So we can pass this mapper as an argument, and connect will run this function, pass it the state, and then you can pick out what you want to map, and then it will pass the properties, right, to the module that you need over here. Right? So connect is part of the library, React library, from the React Redux library. There it is, right? And there it is, React Redux Connect. And if we do that and go back, notice that we've got our state back. You see that, right? We're back where we were. Yes, where we started. Yes, but the difference here is that the property is being mapped from a global state machine that is maintaining that state. Everybody good? Just to check that this is actually working, we can go to the state, right, and just change this a little bit. Let's just put some dummy data in here. If we go back, notice that indeed the state is being modified. Everybody okay? All right. All right, let's keep going.